All right, everybody, welcome to Live from My Drum Room, Live Aid 40th anniversary. I'm honored to be joined by my friends who were there in London and Philadelphia that day on July 13th, 1985. Stan Lynch with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Mickey Curry with Hall & Oates, Mick Jagger and Tina Turner, Andy Newmark, Bryan Ferry, Steve White, the Style Council, Graham Lear with Santana, Jeff Simon with George Thorogood and the Destroyers, Dave Oasikinen with the Hooters, Tris Imboden, Kenny Loggins, and Michael Shrieve. This episode was over 2 hours long with endless stories and behind-the-scenes insights into Live Aid, so I'm presenting it in two parts. So come along for the ride for part one of Live Aid 40th anniversary. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I'll see you on the other side. So welcome, everybody.
Hey guys. Wow.
Hey,
Hey,
good to
look at
see
you.
Oh,
What a gnarly group. This is awesome.
wow.
Hi, Michael.
Hey,
Yeah.
man. How you
Outstanding.
doing, Mickey?
How are you, man?
Graham Lear, my God. Steve White, nice to meet you.
And you, sir.
Stan Lynch, my good man, this is so great.
That's so funny.
Wow.
it's
Jeff
so
Simon,
great.
nice to meet you.
So great
Good
to see you all,
Michael.
Michael. Yeah, and thanks for getting up a little early today for being here today, Michael. I know it's a little and Tris, it's a little early where you guys are, so thank you
You know,
guys.
it didn't used to be a problem. Lately, I've been sleeping in. It's kind of like, but my wife got me up and got some good coffee in me. Hey, David.
There you go. Well, join the club. Here we go.
Yeah. I'm past the coffee and on the water now, so but
wow.
yeah, but I got to have my little shot in the morning. So
Yeah,
thank you, gentlemen. Wow, 40 years, and you guys
that.
look fantastic, every one of you. Man,
Thanks,
Well,
Johnny.
And you too,
You
John.
too.
well, thank you guys. Thank you. It's I'm going to ask. I'm just going to ask some questions, and I want everybody to have a chance to talk about some memories from that day, obviously. But I guess a sort of general question that I've been wanting to know all this time, and I guess I could have asked any one of you guys in the last 40 or so years that I've known you. But how much time was there between acts that day? Like as far as the change, it seemed like it was seamless, if I remember correctly. And Mickey, you're nodding your head. Yeah.
Yeah. What I remember is them telling us, get off stage as soon as you're done playing, run. Like, just get off. We've got to change over. And I ran off the drum kit. I jumped down off the kit, and they had this sort of curtain backstage where you had to run through the curtain down a ramp.
Yeah.
Well, I ran through the curtain and I ran face first into Levi Stubbs. He was standing there in his beautiful suit, waiting to go on, and bang, I hit him right in the chest. So it was crazy. But they wanted us, from what I remember, they wanted us on and off as quickly as possible to get the change.
I got a little input into that because I remember I thought it was fascinating because when they built that stage, and I think it might have been Bill Graham's idea, there was like a revolving. They had, because I saw Mark Gastineau from the New York Jets there as one of the guys that was moving while a band was being set up in the front. There was equipment being set up in the back. So they had the bigger guys that worked on the crew that were moving the stage, like turning it around.
Yeah.
So they had, like when we played actually in front of the revolving stage, and bands were being set up. But I remember the day before because I saw Mickey. I happened to, I live in Philadelphia, so I could go to watch the rehearsal. So I saw Mickey rehearse with the Hall & Oates band, him and T-Bone and GE, with Tina and Mick. And that was amazing in itself, just seeing that. Mickey walking into work that day with the toolbox and the work kit, he looked like he was going to do some gutters that day. It was amazing.
That's what I felt. I felt like the guy coming in to do the gutters.
Oh, it was incredible. I learned a lot.
That was funny.
Well, that answers the question. I didn't realize there was a day like you guys had any rehearsal at all. I mean, but a lot of you guys didn't, right? Like Stan, you just flew in that day, right? I think the Tom Petty band, just the Heartbreakers flew in and hit, right? More or less.
Yeah, we were like, I think we actually kind of, I don't even know how far in advance we were booked, but like I said, that era of my life is kind of a blur, like we were on the road and we were in Tampa. And then I just remember my memories, we had this horrifying turboprop plane that, it was like every time you walked on it, you were thinking like, well, this is it.
Oh, this is it.
Yeah, I know how it ends. I just don't know when. You know, I know
Oh God.
we get on the
Oh,
plane. We were
no.
all pretty messed up people at that time. We were, you know, it was the 80s. And
Yeah.
we got on the plane. I remember like literally somebody saying to me, like, we're playing Live Aid. And I'm like, well, what is that?
Yeah, right.
We got there and my memory is like, you know, we were backstage and that's where I met Michael. He says it was, we were in Jones Beach, but I have a picture of Michael and I at backstage and I know it was him and I know it was there because he meant so much to me to meet him. Like we can all attest, like, you know, we all grew up on it, you know, we all grew up dancing to his tune, you know, so I'm sitting here, Live Aid to me was like, I met Michael Shrieve, you know, like,
Right.
and then
I didn't even play there.
Yeah. I was just blown away that you and I would sit, that you were talking to me. You know, I was thinking, what a cool moment this is, you know.
Oh.
And but yeah, to your thing, getting on and off, all I remember was like, you're on. And it was like no sound.
Right.
Yeah. We walked up there and just, I mean, you know, count 4 and hope for the best, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, go ahead. Who was speaking there? I'm not sure. I was going to say, if I can add, I remember getting there, and you mentioned Bill Graham there, and Bill Graham, of course, was managing Santana. I don't know where we came from before that. We might have played a gig in New York City. We didn't travel a lot, and we might have even come in by car. But the moment we got there, Bill was inside hustling around like Bill was, and Michael can attest to that. That's for sure. Hi, Michael, love you, man, and welcome. And
right.
and you know, Bill was there, you know, doing his thing, and you know, he was, as Mike can attest, he was the ultimate organizer when it came to that sort of stuff. But I remember him saying very, very particularly to all of us, he said, now you can be here for about, I think he said an hour and a half, might have been an hour, because we only played for what, half an hour, everybody, I think each. And it went by so quickly once you're around there. And like you say, we had to run off. But when we got there, you know, there was the usual stuff around food and whatnot, and we just started mingling. But it was immediate, you know, get it together, guys, because you know you're going on soon and you're leaving sooner.
Right.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
And that was the vibe. You know, you only had so much time there. But what I do really recall is that I think I saw the Who live and never seen them live before. I guess they played after us. We did have a few minutes there. I ran climbed up to the right to the right speaker stack, you know, and those were huge. And by the time I got to the top, and it was safe to get to the top because you could gradually do it, kind of like Everest step, I guess. And I got to the top, and I was looking right down on John Entwistle on over his bass rig, and I could not believe how loud they were. But I had a really good view of Kenny Jones, and it was just so awesome to see because I'd never seen them live before. And then I looked around to my left, and Mick Jagger was there. You know, and he said something.
That was the '82 show,
like hell of a band, weren't they?
Yeah.
And I went, they are. But
we actually opened
around
for you that day.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, I met you that day because we opened that show. Nobody knew who we were. I think it was 1982. And we got on stage the first time we ever set foot in JFK Stadium. And I remember, you know, we played for 20 minutes. Santana played, and then The Clash and The Who. And we couldn't see The Who because we had a gig in West Virginia that day.
Right.
Yeah.
I see. So
amazing.
if The Clash played after Santana, then I was around for maybe a half an hour or so, but that was about it. And then we had to scatter. And you know, I guess it had to be done that way because there just would have been too many people mingling around.
Yeah.
Well, I got to sit and watch Phil play with Tony Thompson, which was that Phil Collins, and that was this. I had the same feeling, Graham, that you had watching The Who. I sat over just to the left of Phil's kit. I sat on the floor, and they were trying to kick everybody off the stage, and there were a bunch of us said, no, fuck off. We're gonna sit here and watch Phil and Tony. And it was really, really spectacular, man. Phil, and he had just come in, he had just flown over or whatever that was, and Tony was just amazing, and that was a huge, huge thrill for me to see those guys play.
I remember that too, Mickey.
That was so good, man.
It's amazing, man. Absolutely.
Hey, welcome, Andy Newmark. I was
Hey, Andy.
Andy.
Hey, Andy.
Nice to see you.
Hey.
Yeah,
I was
man.
fan, Andy.
Just roll out of bed, Andy. You're in England, yeah.
It's 5 o'clock or there, 6
Yeah.
actually.
5 o'clock.
Andy, thanks for joining. And if you can't stay long, we'll I'm going to play a song that you performed that day, so we can dismiss you early if you need to go. But I want to talk to another gentleman in the UK there, Steve White, in my top left corner. And we were saying off, a little earlier off the air, Steve was it's kind of a cool parallel because Steve had just turned 20 when Live Aid happened. And our friend Michael Shrieve had just turned 20 during Woodstock. So it's kind of a cool, parallel to have both of you guys here today as the youngsters on the bill. And Steve, how early in the
turned 20.
Time flies, yeah.
How early in the show did the Style Council perform in London? How like?
It was 12:36 at lunchtime, and we went on after the Quo, and I was actually there setting up the night before. Because we were the first two bands and we had the same revolving stage set up that you had in Philly. And I remember we were with Harvey Goldsmith, who I saw last Sunday, who's in good health still. And he was our promoter at the time. So we stood on the stage and there was this clank and a scaffolding pole had gone into the mechanism that had was turning the stage around. It just stopped. And Harvey has just stood looking out at an empty Wembley Stadium and just said, and I'm not going to swear, but he just said, I have no idea what is going to happen tomorrow. It was like palpable. The tension was palpable. And the next thing, we got there pretty early, and I made the huge mistake of saying to Dee, our beautiful singer, who I was also with on Sunday when we went to see the musical, hey Dee, just take a look around that curtain. And she went, what? And she lifted the curtain and there's like 80,000 people there. And she just she staggered back and just the language she directed at me was like, it was incredible. And all without the internet, and because that was so crucial, the links, all of the cables that were going to link the whole concert up coming from London to Philly, and that when you think about technology now, and there was nothing, and the whole thing happened.
It's crazy.
I know. And do you guys remember, because I can't remember how we all knew about it. I mean, had it been advertised for a long time, or did we all knew it was on that? It was on a Saturday. I remember watching it. I had a gig that night, but I watched it like all during the day, and I didn't think to record it when I went out. But anyway, it's weird. Like you say, there's no internet. There's nothing like we have today to like promote stuff like that. But yet millions and millions and millions of people watched it.
I saw it on TV newscast. I remember Bob Geldof did a press conference with a few artists, and I even forget who it was, but he got up there and he talked about it. And I remember that's the first time, I thought, oh, that's going to be a great show. And then I find out 3 days before that we're going to play, which was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But
and I'd like, did you guys like Tris? Was Kenny Loggins on tour? And like, I think that was the case with Tom Petty. Like you guys it was a stop along the way. It was
Actually, we were notified, I think, like Stan, we had no idea we were going to even be playing at Live Aid until like a couple days before, I believe. And we were in Houston and had performed the night before and had to rush way too early. I was hemorrhaging from my third eye, at the point. I sat up all night,
oh no.
Back then. And And
That's
so we hopped
good.
on a plane and flew from Houston to Philadelphia. Man, we only played one song. I think we held the record for the shortest performance.
Yeah.
We played only
One song.
Footloose.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
As such, I got to thank Stan this morning. I had never had the opportunity to thank Stan for allowing me to play his drum set because I couldn't bring my
nice,
drums.
man.
We, we're flying from Houston,
Yeah.
and what I did bring were my Simmons, my
Yeah.
Simmons brain, and then my snare because I had a mic that would trigger the Simmons too, and then some pads. But thank you again, Stan.
Oh, nice, man.
Couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah. Man,
But I wanted to also say though that it was after the fact that we learned, as you guys all know too, I'm sure, that with the satellite feed, it was the largest audience to that point. Because it was 1.5 billion people.
billion.
Worldwide.
gigantic.
Wow.
And they even brought that out in that Queen movie, Bohemian Rhapsody, I think you made
Right.
a point of that. Yeah.
Because that was like a sort of a Queen reunion, right? They hadn't played together up for like some time, right? And then they just killed it. They were just unbelievable that day. It was really just amazing. But I want to play a quick second of Steve White with Style Council. If I can manage this here, hang on a second. I'm going to play a little bit of video from all you guys, whether you like it or not. But this is I mean, check this out. This is the Style Council. What a great band. This is young 20-year-old Steve White on drums and our friend Steve Sedelnik on percussion.
Steve, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's.
Yeah.
Steve.
Come on.
Too bad
Great.
you guys had. Too bad you had no energy in that band.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, I don't know how you got through the first 4 bars.
No
It was
kidding.
so good, Steve.
Like 86 degrees, I think, on that day as well, and it was
Nice.
12. It was
Yeah.
hot, but
Pure adrenaline, man. Great.
I actually found in my loft today. I'm just going to switch it around just to put. This is the actual ride cymbal from the day.
All right.
I knew it was there, an EAK that I got from Boston when I came over when Colin Schofield, our dear friend, just moved across.
Yeah,
Right.
And that cymbal came from Boston and was in the company of both Armand and Lenny at one point. So
Oh,
still got it.
fantastic. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
Like it.
So good.
And a question for all you guys, but I mean, what did it sound like on stage? Is like I know some of you guys have told me there were no monitors, right? I mean, I can't imagine there were.
Minimal.
I think I was the only drummer using in-ears then. Because Marty Garcia, who had started the company Future Sonic, was beta testing him with me and Willie Wilcox. And some gigs I would use him, and some gigs I figured I was just going to go with the monitor. But I knew that we didn't have a sound check, and I had a wedge, and we were the first band up. And chances are, I'd hear Rob Hyman across the stage playing the keyboard. I think it was Open with All You Zombies, and I had to hit this. And it wasn't going to happen, so I put the in-ears on. And the only way I even noticed that is from a photo in Mix magazine where I had I hardwired into a mixer, I think, that day. But everybody else was, I think, playing with just wedges.
Just flying blind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what's amazing, guys, is both London, like the YouTube videos that are out there, for the most part, sound really good. Like the mixes are, for 40 years ago, pretty damn good for, and I'm guessing, front of house, it sounded really good too. But like what they got off the mixer was, off the soundboard was really great.
Yeah.
It's a good day.
Who did you play with, Andy?
Me,
Yeah,
Bryan Ferry.
Bryan Ferry. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I was going to play that little bit because this is Slave to Love from Live Aid in London with Andy on drums. And we're all friends here, but I can just say this. I think Andy gets best looking drummer of the day award. It's close. I mean, all you guys are good looking, but I don't know that anybody.
Is
Excellent.
that David Gilmour playing guitar?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
know
thought so.
that. Wow.
Yeah, great solo too.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah,
know who's
beautiful.
playing bass? I don't know.
Uh,
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
who's playing bass, Andy?
Marcus Miller.
Whoa.
Oh, get
Oh
out.
my God.
Wow.
Oh, get out.
Man.
Oh, of course. Well, sure sounded like him. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a groove that is, Andy.
And-
What a groove, man.
So good,
Yeah.
man.
That's a
And
great
your
one.
groove,
It's like skipping
I always
stones,
get
skipping stones on water, like,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
that's-
Beautiful.
You could,
your
ride
pocket
that
and groove.
Yeah.
It makes
Big-
me ugly in the face, and I get a hump in my back every time I hear it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Tris, can you hear me?
Yes.
Not sure how all this works, if you can hear. Tris, were you drumming in the original Loggins and Messina band?
No, I joined at the point where Kenny went solo, and
I've seen videos of him with you playing, but I wanted to say he's one of my favorite singers.
Yeah. He's great.
oh man,
He's
Very
like
good.
right up there with
Yeah.
Michael McDonald and Paul Carrick, and
Yeah.
like
Okay.
sings his fucking ass off, man.
He's
And
great.
I also
He-
wanted to say to Mickey, you were playing with Hall and Oates for a long time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember when you were doing it. But yeah, Daryl Hall is in that list.
Sure.
Michael
Yeah.
McDonald and Paul Carrick and
Sure, man.
Stevie Wonder and Marvin Gaye. I mean, fucking Daryl, man. I still hear his records today.
Mm.
And man, that guy,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
he's got
Yeah.
it. He has got it.
Yeah. He's great.
sure does. Yeah.
Just
And
great.
I saw this thing on this recording of Quincy Jones doing the Michael Jackson vocal thing.
Yeah.
There was a doc out, and at the end, they talked to Diana Ross, and she said, I got to get Daryl Hall's autograph.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Wow.
right.
That's great.
She'd been digging on Daryl Hall for a long time.
Man, that's easy.
And-
That's easy. $100 now.
Yeah.
Also,
On eBay.
and
On eBay.
Michael Shrieve and Stan, if you guys are there, is Stan there?
Yeah,
I-
Stan, yep.
Here.
Okay, Michael and Stan, I really enjoyed your interviews with Bob Levsetz.
Oh,
Yes, me too. I saw the one with Michael and Bob Lefsetz. It's excellent, Michael.
I mean, Bob does his homework, man. Hey, Andy, have you heard the one with Chris Kimsey? Chris Kimsey, the engineer with the Stones and
Yeah,
producer.
but
Unbelievable.
I've never missed any of his podcasts for 5 years, but
Oh,
I
wow.
can't remember the Chris Kimsey one.
Oh my God. But first of all, let me just say, Andy Newmark on Sly Stone's In Time.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
God.
Epic. Yeah,
Fuck that.
absolutely.
Yeah, there you go,
Get the
Tris.
fuck out. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Andy
know-
on anything, really.
Yeah.
Andy on anything.
Right.
Andy
That's
on
right.
anything.
Know
right.
what my feeling is about Fresh now?
What?
This is really how I feel. In hindsight, well, I don't know if I feel the playing is unnecessarily overindulgent on my part.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God, right.
Yeah, thank God. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
killed
Thank
it.
God
I'll
for
take it,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all
I
right.
thought it was,
Yeah.
I just thought it was overplaying, and
Wow.
That's
Andy,
cool.
not a bad note anywhere, man.
No.
Not
Uh-uh.
one wrong note ever.
Uh-uh.
Just beautiful. Really great, man.
I don't know if you guys ever
Yeah.
tried to play it in time. It's like, oh man, you know,
Forget it.
Gregorico's a good friend of mine, and David Garibaldi, he used to live with me, you know, so I know this kind of drumming, and that was like, Andy, do you remember some point I was thinking about it today because I was going to see you, that we were sitting in a Coliseum way up at the top together, and I don't know if it's a dream or if it really happened. We were sitting together at a show. Maybe it was a dream. Yeah.
What a great dream. I'll take that. I'll take that.
I don't have a recollection of it, but it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
I understand that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, two things happened on that Live Aid thing.
Yeah.
We must have come on right after Style Council. We were on very early in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Like 2:00 maybe. Two things happened. It wasn't captured there in the video. The first song, my tom-tom head just cracked open.
Oh my gosh.
It just cracked open. It wasn't the end of the world. You know, you can play the whole tune without, you don't need tom-toms, right? But the other thing that happened was when Bryan opened the show, whoever handed Marcus his Fender bass, it was all out of tune or tuned to the wrong key or something. And you can see Marcus at the very, very beginning of the show. He's not playing. He's having to retune his bass while we're performing in the middle. I don't know how he did it, right? But he had to retune the bass during the first song. And he was pissed.
But you know, Andy, do you think was it heat related possibly? Because Steve, I know I'd heard that it was really hot there that day, and Steve was saying it was 86 degrees or something. I wonder if maybe the cracked drum head maybe had been in the sun, and maybe the bass, I don't know. Yeah, or someone just tuned it to the wrong key.
Weather.
Maybe. It's 86 here today.
It was hotter in Philadelphia that day too. It was really hot. Both shows, it was super hot.
Yeah.
You know what I felt with a crowd that size? For me, it feels very impersonal. I would be more nervous playing in a club where I can see the whites of people's eyes. And it's so impersonal there in a stadium. And I mean, you're so far away from and figure like at least 100 meters away from the nearest person.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, none of that bothers me. It just means that, like, I'm just focusing on the guys on the stage and making believe it's a rehearsal and just, you know, playing the tune the best I can. But the audience thing, people always kind of, I guess punters would ask that kind of thing. What's it like? But the truth is, the 80,000 people equaled zero to me. It was. They weren't even there. It wasn't even like human for me. They were there, but you know, I couldn't like sense them at all.
I completely relate to that. Like after Santana, after leaving Santana, and playing in smaller places, I realized like, oh fuck, you know, I'm much more afraid of being in a small place.
Intimate,
you know. I realized like, oh, this is where the shit is happening in so many ways, you know.
Yeah. Andy, could you hear yourself? I mean, there, you know, because there were sequencers on that song, right? Slave to Love. You're playing to so you obviously had some monitor behind you, and you could hear that okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I made sure that drum loop or whatever it was louder than anybody else on the stage.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta do it.
If you fall out with that.
I bet.
And some of the overdubs that might be included, or, you know, any bits and pieces that are there besides the drum machine, if you fall out of sync with that, then all those parts be coming at the wrong part of the song.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I was listening to is hanging on for dear life to the drum machine. Like,
It sounded
God forbid if I lose the beat, this whole thing train wreck.
You made it look so
Sounded great.
easy, though. Andy, you made that look so easy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just unbelievable. Beautiful.
Indeed.
Were any other guys playing to like sequencers or loops or? It was kind of early days to have that be a
Right.
regular thing, right? But
Yeah.
Mickey, you probably had some of that with Hall & Oates, right?
We did a few songs.
Well, Maneater probably, right? Did it have
Maneater
some sort of,
had the Lynn machine running,
yeah,
and then I would put live drums over that. A couple of tunes were that little Roland 808 thing guys used to play.
yeah, sure,
rhythm
yeah.
box thing. We had a song or two with that, and then we set up some Simmons pads so I could imitate the bits and pieces.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to play when I didn't have to play the acoustic kit, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we used a lot of that stuff, a lot of sequence parts. You know, so it was the same for me. I had to have that stuff cranking in my wedges, you know.
Yeah.
So
Mickey, when you were playing at the time with Hall & Oates, was it that bass player who died?
T-Bone Wolf.
T-Bone.
I met him
What
a
a-
few times. He was a nice cat.
I know he loved you. He talked about you all the time, Andy. He loved that. He loved that he got to know you.
Yeah.
He
You
was.
guys were smoking.
He was smoking.
Salt of the earth.
I was so lucky. You know.
Yeah.
You know, some guys
Listen.
they just have the thing. They have perfect
Right.
time. They have perfect pitch. They know exactly what to play where, how to sort of get you sort of in to lock in. And he made it all so easy. You know, we didn't need click tracks. We didn't need any of that stuff. Bone was
Well,
just.
Listen, if I was on stage and I could hear Daryl Hall singing,
Yeah. Yeah.
that would, like, just him alone would totally focus
Yeah.
me into my place in the
Yeah,
band.
yeah.
Because
He's-
just to hear somebody like that
Yeah, he was amazing.
singing,
He
it's
is
like-
amazing.
you just want to keep out of the
Yeah.
way.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I learned that early on with him. You know, just stay away from the vocal. Do not stomp on the vocal because that's the whole focus of the show. Is
Yeah.
Daryl's
Yeah.
voice,
Yeah.
you know.
You know, I still hear the early Hall & Oates tunes in the supermarket.
Yeah.
They still
Me
play
too.
Sarah Smile.
Oh, sure.
All
Ed
that.
the great Ed Green on that track.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And,
what was it last week? I heard she's is it Lady Killer?
Oh,
She's a
Maneater.
Maneater.
man-eater.
Man,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
heard man-eater. And I was just shopping and going, yeah, they got that Motown groove
Yeah,
down.
that was
Oh, yeah.
T-Bone. He just came up with that, you know, just
That's
do a little
so
James
killer.
Anderson. And
Yeah.
there you go.
You're selling yourself short, Mickey.
Yeah.
man.
Exactly.
I brought it
Exactly.
too.
I was truly lucky,
You
just
brought it.
lucky to be there, man.
Yeah.
I was the lucky guy in the room.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm going
You
to
were
play
working
some
a
Mickey.
lot that day at Live Aid, though. I remember
Yeah.
you were with the Temptations, and you
Yeah.
guys were backing up. You were with Mick and Tina, and
yeah,
I mean, you were
we
playing
did
a lot.
I think we did a couple of Hall & Oates tunes, a couple of
Yeah.
Eddie Kendricks and David Ruffin
Right.
tunes, because we had
Yeah,
just done that
yeah.
live at the Apollo record, and you know, it was all within the same
That was smoking.
weeks, I think.
Yeah.
And then Mick and Tina, yeah,
It was
which was
smoking.
pretty cool.
Killer. Yeah. I'm going to play
You
some
know,
Mickey in a
Daryl
minute.
had a great. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead, Andy. Go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah.
Daryl Hall also had a great interview with Lefsitz.
Oh yeah,
Oh, wow.
I learned a lot. I never knew much about Daryl, but that
Yeah.
was a good interview. I got
Yeah.
the whole arc of their career, right from
Sure.
Philly, high school band. You know, it was a cool interview.
yeah.
You know what I always love is Daryl and Todd Rundgren together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
And they come from the same
Same place. That's
you
right.
know? They
Yep,
can
very
both do that
similar.
thing. Yeah,
Yep,
they're both from
they're-
Philly. Both got that thing. And,
Yeah,
yeah.
their writing styles are very, very similar, I think,
Yep.
you know, and I love that. I know they're really good pals. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear some Mickey Curry.
Should we hear
let's
some
not.
Mickey? All right, I'll
Do
play some Mickey Curry. Then what I'm gonna shift it over
Can
to
I
our
go-
local, our
Can I
local
go
Philly boy.
work? Can I go water my garden?
No,
No. No, you
can't.
dare. Tool shedding.
I think you guys sit through
All
this. What are you kidding?
No, come on, man. It's awesome.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I got a couple of possibilities. I've got for Mickey, I've got Maneater and I've got Out of Time. And what's cool about, I was going to play a little bit of Maneater, and this is just an interesting observation that I found on this song is, as it's starting, and Mickey, forgive me, I don't know the saxophone player's name in the band.
Charlie,
okay.
Duchant,
yeah, you can see Charlie. I'm guessing he's looking at the monitor guy going, I got nothing in my monitor, because he check it out. And maybe
Everybody
I
was
misread
doing that.
Yeah, it's pretty great. He's
Okay.
You see him, he like blows a note and he kind of like shrugs his shoulders like, what the, come on, you know? So
well, it's jazz.
Out of touch here.
Nice.
I love this.
Yeah, Mickey.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah.
GE. All right.
He's always having fun. Oh, how do you not love that? That's great.
Yeah.
Great.
God.
Amazing.
Thanks for
Nice
coming
plan.
down.
Nice
Thanks
plan.
for coming down. We got a couple other guys coming in, and we'll give you a call. Thanks.
Oh, Mick, man, that was beautiful, man.
Thank you, man.
Man, you
Yeah.
can take the guys out of Philly, but
Yeah, but hey, man, I'd like to discuss the beat on Man Eater, like
Yeah.
that beat. Like, what's the origins of that groove? You know, that like, okay, a lot of Motown stuff.
It was
right?
all Motown, yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure Benny Benjamin was the guy on those, particularly those kind of things. I think Pistol Allen might have been the guy who played most. I know Benny played sort of the straight time stuff, you know, the 4 on the floor and the big backbeat. But some of those sort of up things.
Take me higher. Like,
exactly. There's so many things. And T-Bone came up with that line. You know, Daryl and John were working on the song. I remember recording that day. It sort of all happened in the same day. Daryl was at the piano. They were fooling around with stuff. And T-Bone started playing that line.
Yeah.
And, of course, it all came together with that. And, you know, for me, it was just, there's only one way to play that groove.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I did that groove on a Mick Jagger record. She's the Lonely at the Top. And I kept thinking, like, okay, where's this come from? I remember, like, being in my room as a kid.
Yeah.
Playing that to some 45 record or something, you know.
Yeah.
And there's only, it's like, it's what it is, right? It's what it is.
That's what I mean. There's only sort of one way, at least for me, there's one approach to that groove, and that's just nailing that bass line. So
that song reminds you about a little bit what Stan plays in American Girl. Like groove, that same thing. And it was like, it's so infectious. You just feel it, you know?
Do you guys remember the first time you heard that song? And the goosebumps and the your heart stops and Stan, that is such a great
oh my God
track, man. The drumming on that record
kills
it. Flawless, buddy. So good. So good.
I promised Stan when Stan was on my podcast that I would share a moment because we were such newbies on stage then. I was backstage under that umbrella where everybody was coming in, and the Heartbreakers walk in, and there was the Cars were standing there, and some of the guys in Duran Duran, and we were kind of on the outside wondering how did we get here. And then Stan walked in. It was like the seas parting for Moses. It was the greatest thing I ever saw in my life. Great. I told Stan, I said, all I wanted to be is Stan Lynch that day. It was such a beautiful moment that I never forgot it. You know, it was so touching to see Benjamin Orr go up to Stan and give him a big hug. And it was like this brotherhood that was just so nice to see. And for an up and coming band like us, it was like really special, man. And thanks, Stan, for being Stan.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Well, speaking of Stan and speaking of American Girl, I just happen to have that.
Yeah, baby.
Let's hear a little bit of that.
That's great.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And can I just point out he was wearing a shirt and suspenders and like dress
100-degree weather.
In 100-degree weather. No tank top needed.
Right.
Like butter. Like butter.
Yeah.
A traditional grip. I see.
How about that? Beautiful. Yeah. So nice.
The thing with that Motown groove and this what Mickey was doing, and now this grooves that we're just listening to is Stan. Everything hangs off that backbeat.
Yeah.
Like once you start that beat in both of those songs, but anytime it's that thing that you can't miss one of those backbeats. Everybody,
right.
No.
Yeah.
Right? It's like you don't even have to think about, should I play a fill?
Right.
Or can I be creative? Or like, can I be cool and do something?
Right.
It's like, no. You cannot
nail the
stop
groove.
that backbeat. Everyone is hanging their note.
It's really
off
true.
of that 2 and 4. You cannot walk away from that as a drummer.
Yeah.
No.
Thinking,
Yeah.
So,
And can I just say,
the money.
Mickey alluded to this when he said, when we all first heard that beat, American Girl. And
Wow.
I was drummers of a certain age. I'm a little bit younger than most of you guys, but when I first heard that song, I had no idea how just relaxed Stan was with the way he played. Hearing it, I just, my sort of, I guess my first instinct was to just sort of play it a little bit more forcefully than what it really needed. Not, and especially trying to just figure out what he was doing, the sticking and everything. But when you see you play it, Stan, and you're just so loose, man, you're just
Look
so
like Charlie.
Like
yeah.
that.
It's
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
Beautiful.
Great.
that's the secret
Stan,
sauce,
Did you ever play any big band stuff?
no, I never. Look, let me point out something that I'm seeing overarching. All of you drummers are so good at being with other people and playing these different varieties of music. And I'm really awesome. I'm blown away at the depth of your ability. And this is not false humility. I'm a drummer who played in a band. That was all I could fucking do.
Well, you did it at a freaking high level, Stan.
But Stan,
you don't know.
Not to your level, but
Let me complete my thought. It's I appreciate everything you're saying about like, hey man, my playing, it seems like this. My God, all I wanted to do was not piss anybody. We were all, band, hey, look, band, right? We all know what a band, oh my God, what a nightmare emotionally.
Yeah.
But it all hangs in this really bizarre balance.
Sure.
Everything is always tipsy and weird, and you never know. And has he been drinking? Has he been smoking? Has he been, who's pissed off? And so what I'm watching that from way 40,000 miles away is, wow, we're actually getting away with it.
Yeah. Like, how true. That's so true.
Yeah.
yep.
Well said. That's really
We
well
get
put.
the shit, right? If anything falls apart during a show,
Yeah.
this guy to get the nasty looks is the drummer.
Always.
yeah.
We have to make sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I identify with what you just said about
Absolutely.
just being grateful to get through it. I just don't want anybody looking at me like, you fucked up, Andy.
Yeah, right.
What a terrible way to live, though. What a terrible way to live.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like Graham can
It's
attest-
always the
Graham
drummer.
can attest to that. First time I
It's
saw
always the
Stan
drummer.
Lear,
All right, that's my show. If you enjoyed it, give it a like, leave me a comment, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also download the podcast on all podcast platforms. And I'm excited to tell you that Live from My Drum Room has been ranked #1 best drum podcast for the second straight year. So thank you all for your support. I really appreciate it. And I want to invite you to check out livefrommydrumroom.com, my website, for upcoming shows and also for information on ordering Live from My Drum Room merchandise, t-shirts and hoodies. 100% of the proceeds go toward a scholarship I've created with the Percussive Arts Society. There's also information on ordering merchandise in the show notes, and you can email or text me at livefrommydrumroom@gmail.com. So remember, no drummers are harmed on any show, and drummers, when in doubt, leave it out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you again real soon.